Who will really be there for you when you turn 60? When you're young, the answer may seem clear. People you've known for a long time, close friends and family. One thing that does change, though, is how things look after age 60. Priorities shift, and before you know it, the people you always thought would be there for you might not be as trustworthy as you thought. As you get older, there are 6 things that you can count on more than your family. In this video, we'll talk about them. That doesn't matter. The important thing is to know where your real stability comes from and to protect yourself from being abused when you need help the most. If you build your life on these 6 principles, you'll have the stability and freedom you need to deal with life's challenges. This last part should not be skipped. These 6 pillars could change the way you think about support forever. Once you learn them, you'll never feel weak, unprepared, or alone again. We can begin now. Don't miss a video before we start. Please subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already. To show that you like this video, click the like button in the comments section. Type 0 in the comments to let me know you don't like it. It will help me make videos for you that are better. We can begin now. Your main concern should be keeping your money stable. The one thing you can always count on is your ability to pay your own expenses. You can't buy happiness with money, but you can buy safety, freedom, and peace. As you get older, you learn the hard way that depending on family for money is more of a risk than a plan. Your kids are grown up now and have their own families, jobs, and bills to pay. In a crisis, even the people closest to you might not be able to help. Take the case of Richard, who is 72 years old and has always thought that his children would help him out financially. He was always there for them when they needed him and would lend them money when they were short on cash. We were with them through college to help them find their way. A medical emergency, however, wiped out all of his savings, so he turned to his children for help. He was disappointed to learn that they were already having trouble with their own mortgages, bills, and money problems. This wasn't because they didn't care, but because life is unpredictable. That's why making sure your money is safe is so important. It is very important to put readiness ahead of wealth. If you have a backup plan, a steady source of income, and great money management skills, you will never need other people to help you get by again. Adults over 60 should ask themselves, do I have enough saved to cover unexpected costs? Will I have a steady income in retirement? Have I cut down on the possible bad financial risks that could happen? If someone tells you no, you need to do something right away. You should try to get good at making a budget, paying off all of your debt, and making investments that will protect you in the long run. Having enough money should be the one thing you know for sure, no matter what happens in life. The second pillar is your health. Your health is one thing that can't be replaced by love, money, or help from other people. When you turn 60, your body can either help you the most or get in the way the most. Truth be told, you can have all the money in the world, but if your health fails, you lose all your freedom. Your family may care about you, but they can't make sure you exercise, eat right, or stop getting older for you. You are the only one responsible for that. A lot of people don't take care of their health because they think that someone will take care of them when the time comes. But the truth is that family members have their own lives, even if they love you. They might not have the time, energy, or skills to take care of you, and relying on other people to do what's best for you can make you feel helpless. This is why putting your health first now is one of the best things you can do for your future. Take the case of Carl, a 68-year-old man who was always busy when he was younger, but gave up after he retired. He thought he had a lot of time to get in shape again, but before he knew it, he had less energy, was less mobile, and found it hard to do even the simplest things. His kids came by sometimes to help, but they couldn't be there all the time. He finally understood that he needed to take charge of his health right now, not tomorrow or next year, if he wanted to keep his freedom. It's not necessary to train like an athlete, but making small, regular efforts does help. Always move your body. Eat foods that help you instead of ones that hurt, and don't skip your checkups. If you've been ignoring signs like aches that won't go away, trouble walking, or changes in your energy levels, it's time to stop. Every healthy choice you make today will pay off in the long run. Because your strongest support system isn't your kids, siblings, or friends. It's your own ability to stay strong, active, and capable. And the more you care about your health now, the less you'll need to depend on other people later. Third pillar, your group of friends. Isolating yourself is one of the worst things that people do as they age. It might happen slowly, but before you know it, friends and family have moved away or died, and your group of friends is smaller than you thought. But if you don't have strong friendships, you can feel lonely, and being lonely, especially after age 60, is dangerous. It changes more than just how you feel. It changes your health, your ability to think clearly, and even how long you live. Family might seem like they'll always be there for you, but the truth is that your kids have their own lives. They are busy because they have jobs, families, and other duties. Even though they love you very much, they can't be your only friend. This is why your social network, the people who check in on you, make you laugh, and give you energy, is one of the most important things that can help you. These connections are not a nice to have, they are necessary. Consider a woman like Margaret, a 73-year-old who has always relied on her family for company. After a while, her two sons were too busy with work and raising their own kids to spend time with her. They loved her very much. They still called, but they stopped coming over every day and getting together on the weekends as much. As Margaret waited for calls that didn't always come, she began to feel lonely. After that, she changed. She got back in touch with old friends, joined a community group, and even found new hobbies that helped her meet new people. All of a sudden, she had people to talk to, laugh with, and feel like she had a purpose in life. She didn't have to wait for her family to make her feel close. She did it herself. A valuable thing that friendships, community groups, and even casual acquaintances give you is a sense of belonging. Having people in your life besides your family, like a neighbor you talk to, a book club you join, or a group at the gym, builds emotional strength. The more connections you make now, the more support you'll have in the future. So ask yourself, who makes you happy right now? If it's not clear, it's time to grow your network. Because at the end of the day, having friends isn't enough. You need people who make you feel good, remind you of your worth, and make every part of your life more enjoyable. The fourth pillar is your sense of purpose. People often forget that their own sense of purpose is one of the best sources of support in their lives. A lot of people start to feel different after age 60. Having a parent, a job, or taking care of someone start to lose their meaning. As children grow up and move out on their own, life slows down and people retire. If they don't have a clear sense of direction, it's easy to start to feel invisible, unneeded, or even lost. No matter how much your family loves you, they can't give you a reason to live. You have to make that happen on your own. A passion, a project, or a goal can give you a reason to get up in the morning. This will keep your mind sharp, your emotions stable, and your life full. It keeps you involved in the world instead of just seeing it from a distance. Imagine someone like George, a retired engineer who was 70 years old. He was excited to finally be able to relax when he quit his job. But after a few months, he started to feel restless, like something was missing. He felt like his days were empty. His kids came over once in a while, but they had their own lives. At that point, he decided to do something. He started teaching little kids how to build things as a volunteer at a nearby school. Soon he had a new reason to wake up every day, something that made him feel important, useful, and involved in life. If you want to feel alive, it doesn't have to be your job. It can be anything. Learning something new, helping others, gardening, painting, traveling, or even just setting personal goals. It's about doing things that make you happy and keep your mind and heart active. It's time to shift your perspective if you've been feeling like your best days are behind you. It's not that your purpose goes away as you get older. It changes. And the more you work on finding meaning in your daily life, the less you'll need other people to make you happy. Because at the end of the day, the best support you can have is yourself, spurred on by the fire inside you. The fifth pillar is your emotional strength. No matter how old you are, life will test you often. Things that are hard don't stop when you turn 60. They just change. It's normal for people to feel lonely from time to time as friends and family die or get sick. The truth is that your inner strength will always be the most reliable source of strength, no matter how much help you get from other people. Your ability to change, deal with your feelings, and find peace when things get tough is what keeps you going, even when things don't go as planned. Too many people depend on their family for emotional support, thinking that their kids, siblings, or other extended family members will always be there to comfort them. But the truth is that everyone has their own problems to deal with. The person you need to be there for you emotionally might not always have the time or energy to do so. That's why it's so important to become emotionally strong. It helps you find strength within yourself instead of always looking for it from other people. Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years of marriage, is one example. She first relied on her children to help her feel better, but as time went on, she realized that even though they cared deeply, they had their own families and responsibilities to take care of. She knew they wouldn't be able to fill the hole she felt inside. She worked on getting stronger emotionally instead of letting her grief take over. She started writing in a journal, joined a support group, and practiced daily gratitude. She learned over time that she didn't need anyone else to make her feel better. She was strong enough to heal herself. Being emotionally resilient doesn't mean hiding your feelings or acting strong all the time. It means recognizing your pain, dealing with it in a healthy way, and learning how to handle life's ups and downs with grace. It's about finding ways to find peace on your own, like writing, meditation, therapy, or just thinking about yourself, instead of relying on other people to do it for you. The strength to stand strong on your own will always be one of your best allies, no matter what life throws at you. When you work on your emotional strength, you will depend less on other people to make you feel whole. This is because you are the only person who will always be with you through good times and bad. Your sixth pillar is your ability to change. One thing is certain about life after 60. Things change all the time. When things and people change, the things you used to depend on may not be as reliable as they used to be. At this point in your life, the most important thing is not to hold on to the past, but to be able to adapt. People who don't like change and hold on too tightly to the past are often the ones who have the hardest time as they get older. On the other hand, people who learn to adapt, stay open, and welcome new possibilities are the ones who find happiness and fulfillment in life, no matter what comes their way. A lot of people think that once they hit a certain age, they can't change their minds, but that can be harmful. You might miss out on new chances, meet new people, and learn things that could make your life better. Accepting change isn't enough to be adaptable. You have to actively look for ways to grow with it. Consider someone like Frank, a 78-year-old man who has always relied on face-to-face friendships to stay in touch. He felt lost at first when many of his friends moved away or died. I guess this is just how it is when you get older, he thought. But instead of giving up and accepting being alone, he chose to change. He joined an online history discussion group and learned how to use video calls to stay in touch with family who lived far away. He also made some new friends along the way. He didn't give up when things changed. Instead, he let himself grow along with them. People who do well after 60 aren't always the ones with the most resources or the best support systems. Rather, they are the ones who don't get stuck in their ways, stay curious, and find ways to adapt to whatever life throws at them. When one door shuts, they look for another. When a relationship changes, they find new ways to connect. When something stops working, they are ready to give it another chance. One of the best things about you is that you can adapt to new situations. Embracing change instead of being afraid of it will help you get through life with strength, hope, and confidence. You'll feel like you're losing something less when you do this, and more like you're gaining something at every stage. Final thoughts. Being over 60 is an important age that brings both wisdom and challenges. Family may always be important to you, but the most reliable support you'll ever have is in the foundation you build for yourself. Your financial security makes sure you never need someone else to help you get by. Your physical health determines if you can stay free and independent. Your social circle keeps you connected, interested, and emotionally fulfilled. Your sense of purpose gives your life meaning and direction, no matter what age you are. Your emotional strength protects you from life's inevitable problems, and your ability to adapt lets you thrive even when things don't go as planned. When you have these 6 things in place, you will never feel completely alone, like you need help, or like you have to wait for someone else to save you. Because real stability doesn't come from hoping that other people will be there for you. It comes from knowing that you are strong enough to handle anything life throws at you. Thanks for being here today. Please get in touch with us. Tell us what you learned today and how you're going to use it in your life in the comments below. We care about what you think, so don't be shy about telling us. We feel very motivated and encouraged when we read your comments. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you liked it and found it useful. Thanks for your support. It lets us keep making good content for you to learn from and be inspired by. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.